the way that language functions to program the subconscious mind is that when we're using language that is programmed with the frequencies that are communicating this person is trying to exert their will or authority over us, the amygdala perceives that as a threat, sends those hormones into the bloodstream, and now all of a sudden we're armored up and we're defensive, right? This is all happening on the unconscious level. So it's really ineffective to use wrong use of will languaging to deliver otherwise neutral or helpful messages, because the coding in that languaging is to cause people to shut down. I have been saying for years, it's easier to throw a ball through a giant gaping hole than a tiny slit, right? And this is a metaphor for when we are using language coded with frequencies that expand people, it's so much easier for our messages to land because we've just created an expansion in those who we are wanting to receive our message. But when we use language that's coded with the frequencies of contraction, then those people are going to shut down, and there's going to be the narrowest of holes through which our messages can land, which they're not going to, right? Because people are armored up with like, don't tell me what to do, don't exert your, false authority over me. Eric Weinstein is, in my experience, the best example of wrong use of languaging. I've examined him for years, and his everyday lexicon is peppered with so much wrong use of will languaging. He is shooting himself in the foot. He is sabotaging his chances of landing his messages in those who aren't being fooled by all the surrounding stuff. Eric's the smartest guy on the planet. We should all be doing what Eric tells us. Like, for anyone with any critical thinking, that's not really going to fly. For the average person who's just listening to this guy, those wrong use of will frequencies that are coloring most of his communication patterns are going to cause so much shutdown. And I heard him say, it wasn't even in this particular interview, it was another one where he said, yeah, I don't know why it is that like I can't get my messages to land. He was talking about with like the science community, I think. And I put something in the chat. He's since blocked me, but I was like, I could tell you exactly why your messages aren't landing, because they're being couched in languaging that is shutting people down and having them put up defenses and armor against what they're perceiving as your arrogance and the imposition of your false authority upon them.